My name is Lea Iandiorio, and I am from Kairos Consortium, that is the leader partner of PERSE Project, started in March 2021.
My name is Elena, and I'm the president of Sunrise Project France. When we heard about PERSE Project, we realized it fits exactly one of the main objectives of our organization, teaching creativity, because we always focus on how to be better than a computer. Nowadays, artificial intelligence is so widespread and so much talked about these days that we wonder how can we be better than it. The only way we can be better than it is being creative. And PERSE Project did exactly this. It put creativity into STEAM education.
Our project aims at developing and formalizing a creativity-oriented pedagogical approach that overcomes the dualism among non-formal and informal education for art and STEM. Our method combines art-based learning plus inquiry-based learning, where creativity is the most important word because it is a fundamental driver for innovation.
My name is Inês, work at Casa da Imagem, one of the project partners. One of the most special things about the project, it's the relation that happened during the process of creating the activities and creating the PERSE methodology. Also, this idea is to overcome the environments of formal, non-formal, informal ways of learning, so it's more oriented to activities and to approaches and to work together. It can be in everywhere.
I come apparently from a completely different world compared to STEM. I studied archaeology, so I'm an archaeologist, but I spend all my life creating video games. It's pretty much important, in my opinion, trying to combine skills. This is the future. This is our future. I played a lot. I think even 2-3 hours per day, and I love video games.
I am Giulia Famigno, an Artenauta of Education Department, Castello di Rivoli Museum for Contemporary Art. Artenauta means art traveler. We had to coin a new word to indicate the professionals who deal with education on art through art. At the museum, but also outside the museum, we share with all kinds of publics a journey through art and knowledge and the contemporary time. Erasmus Plus program was another opportunity for us to broaden our work abroad. It was very exciting to work with other institutions all over Europe and also in Martinique who work for the same goal, that is education and non-formal and interdisciplinary sense.
I'm Sebastiano Castellino. I'm junior fundraiser for Social Hackers Academy, and our objective is to democratize access to digital education by offering vulnerable people courses related to IT world. We are strongly related to the STEAM field because STEAM education is basically the core of our work. I've been working with Erasmus since 2021 when I first started my first work experience in Sicily with an association called Education in Progress. We immediately started applying for a European project in the field of adult education because we focus more on vulnerable adults who are not employed or not studying.
My name is Simona and I work as project coordinator for Sunrise Project France. Erasmus Plus gives us a great opportunity to learn from other organizations with the same goals but different experiences.
As an organization, we are very experienced in Erasmus Plus program. It's more than 10 years that we work with youth and this kind of programs. However, I have to say that PERSE Project was something new for us, from which we learned a lot.
One of the interesting things the activities of our toolbox was the fact that they were shared and they were experimented by different project partners in their contexts and in their realities. When we wrote the activities and then when we try them in our reality, we also opened them for them to be tried with other contexts and people. It was a shared project. By sharing, it is involved flexibility and the ability of working together.
International cooperation was really great in this project because it boosted its impact as we learned common practices and learned from each other's experiences.
There we are 7 partners from Greece, Portugal, France, Martinique, and all together we define an innovative PERSE creativity-oriented pedagogical approach. We train youth educators, and with co-design and facilitation, we define a way to practice PERSE method.
Usually big teams don't work too well together. That is not the case here.
To make a great partnership, it takes a lot of qualities, such as transparency between organization and integrity, characteristics that need to be present. It may be obvious, but it's very important to have organization in our partnership that can deal with different set of skills. And of course, it's a plus to have more and more nationalities cooperating. Talking about partnership, if there's some advices I can give to youth organization would be try to be as much open-minded as possible. Also, there are a lot of opportunities in European framework that allows new organizations to get capacities. I think being partner in a project that aims to transfer capacities, such as capacity building project, could help new youth organizations that want to enter this world to acquire those skills to extend their area of influence.
I'm Paola Zanini, Head of Education Department, Castello di Rivoli. Castello di Rivoli is the first Italian museum of contemporary art, opened in December 1984. At the same time, the Education Department was born, founded by Anna Pironti. This museum is unique because of its peculiar double identity of former royal residence where the Contemporary Art Museum lives in. Our practice deals with education on art through art, but contemporary art is very interdisciplinary itself. To us, it is natural to project activities and events which take into account not only art but also science, technologies, engineering and math. We have always been dealing with STEM, even before the acronym was born. It is our task to create occasions for encounters and exchange among different fields and generations in order to stimulate communication. The purpose is not to erase the differences but to make them coexist. We mean education is a political act.
I was used to play in a massive multiplayer online game called World of Warcraft. I was part of a clan. We had him of our guild. He was a guy, but I didn't know his real name because we were used to stay there through avatars and nicknames. I mean, our guild master was an exceptional guy. He demonstrated in 4 years his talent. He studied the game, he assigned us the task, he encouraged us all the time. 2 years after I met him inside this video game, I decided to meet in real life. He lived in Milano. I went there. He was just 15 years old. I was 25 at that time. I was impressed because he was such a leader inside that game. But I discovered a completely different story. He was a dropout. He failed 3 times at the high school. It was crazy because he was full of skills. Companies might pay a lot of money for having such skills.
Non-formal education, which is very much of the interest of what we do, is any organized activity, but it happens outside the formal education system. It's activities that we organize in untraditional contexts. We can have them in squares, we can have them in cafes, in museums, and also it's very important that it doesn't have a specific target group. That's why we hear about non-formal learning when it comes to communities that are less represented. Let's say prison, let's say geographical areas that are quite limited in having access to these resources. It's very flexible because we adjust it every time with regards to the context that it's being applied. It can be participatory and inclusive because it targets the needs of the group that is being taught. The young people that we have involved in the project that are mostly students of high schools who study foreign languages. So it was for them one of their first experiences at international level. So they could also use the foreign languages that they are studying, and they could really experience what interdisciplinarity and transdisciplinarity means. They could open up their horizons, they could change their points of view with the experience they've made with STEAM activities.
At local level, when we implemented the activity, the main challenge was actually to explain to youngsters why and how and what are we doing and how is this going to be useful, and this is something they do in school. In the end, after they started and they experienced the workshops, they said, oh, this is better than school and I want to come here and do this. I don't want to go to school anymore.
We create a set of short-term laboratories that we call pop-up laboratory, and we create a PERSE European Creativity Hub of Ideas, and we made also an hackathon event.
Hi, this is Margarita and I work with Inter Alia. The main things that we do is organize cultural stuff, and recently we just tapped into educational policy. For the hackathon, we invited stakeholders and participants to join us in throwing an experiment. The experiment being that we test whether the pop-up labs developed by the PERSE project could actually work and have tangible results. So the first thing that we did was try to reach out and engage stakeholders that we thought that they have this kind of expertise. We wanted to have some STEM professionals so they can guide us through the process that we're not experts with. We wanted to have some art educators. Second step, engage with the participants. What we were asking for was individuals, professionals, youth workers, basically anyone with this kind of understanding and appreciation for non-formal learning to join us and create local working groups and develop their own ideas. The actual event was a 3-day event. We tried to have an introduction part, and then they were asked to work on their own initiative, which is a very big component of non-formal learning. And then last day, they actually presented in plenary what they did, and we awarded the most exciting one. It's not so easy to evaluate concepts such as impact. But the most important thing is that the participants said that it really triggered their curiosity, working with people from other disciplines and practically work, not just in forms of meetings, but actually sit down, form their own groups, and exchange practices. One participant said that they feel richer after this, which is the thing that we're going for. The most important part was having these participants feeling empowered and more confident about their work.
The toolbox is a gathering of 6 pop-up labs. They are available in the project's country languages. They are designed to support youth workers to work in innovative, creativity-driven activities. The activities were designed to be very interactive, and in fact, the process of designing activities, it was very enriching for us. Overall, PERSE project helped us to establish more relations, and in fact it showed us a new path that we want to go, developing more in-depth activities that focus also on science and more than social skills that we were actually working with a lot.
We trained 42 youth workers, we involved more than 100 young people, and we reached more than 50 organizations all over Europe.